So we finally get here.
Yeah, yeah. Made it.
I think
Made it to the
sometimes
call.
just getting the meeting, it's just arriving at the same time is a major accomplishment.
Yeah, fitting in between lively schedules. Yeah,
How's your work going?
work's going good. I love the place that I work. The people are awesome. Um, Starting to bring in the new AI tools to the office and putting people's names in like scripts and stuff. And it's really cool the stories that are created from the AI generated.
Oh yeah. So
So yeah, I come in.
go ahead. So,
I did a like I did tips for the sales manager the other day that were like comedic. It's why just stupid stuff like um yeah, we're bankrupting people one microphone at a time. It said when my problem was just what should a sales manager say respond when customer clients are complaining about the high prices.
what store are you in?
I work with Encore. So they're the global AV company. And after COVID, there was like a lot of challenge in that industry. And the company Encore just bought us, I think, seven other competing competitors in the AV field. So they're massive. And then they're just kind of sort out like new workflows and management for quite a grand scale up.
Wow. And you're working on that?
Yep. Yeah, I work downtown at a hotel primarily.
Uh-huh. At a hotel.
Sometimes I get shipped out. I get to work in other hotels. I got to go to Banff for a week recently and working out. It's just the only one there managing the space, and that was nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so you're bringing Chat GBT to stimulate the conversations kind of thing?
Yeah. At first, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of cool," and then and it's like the next day, a bunch of people came in and they're like, "Oh, I was writing this thing. I started using that thing last night," and just people playing around with it and seeing what they can create with their prompts. And
Nice. I mean, it's amazing,
yeah,
isn't it? It's
it's a great tool. Great tool. I'm excited for all the new emerging AI technology.
hmm. Yeah, I was thinking for a lot of your ideas, I mean, for both of us, right? But especially yours, where, so many things that were impossible are now possible, for one creator to do, like
Absolutely, yeah.
it's wild.
Yeah, it's interesting though when you can get when such bulk of the like writing work can just be like magically
Mhm.
presented to you. It changes. You get really good on building the prompts, so setting like
Yeah.
intentions as to what you want to create in writing, and I found my own creativity to be uh to be faster and more dynamic because of that relationship that I'm building with the technology, like with that call and response.
Mm,
Finding just that thinking, oh, it can work like that. And then me thinking or me knowing that it can work like that, all of a sudden I start writing like that.
right.
And that's very cool. That's a part I haven't heard much about that part of things, but
Well, I know for myself, it's everything's in the prompt, right? You do the right prompt and you get an output that you want, and a whole bunch of boring, long, tedious work that you didn't really want to do yourself can come out, or something pretty amazing can come out, depending. So you just
mhm.
keep on using the tool. Huh. So, in terms of the design your ideal job, now we could go with this a few different ways. We could figure out where you're at now and sort of where you want to be and what do you need to get there, kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
Or we could sort of do a map at a time, and each map builds upon the next map and builds into this whole sequence of maps that I've already got mapped out, but it may not be the right way to do it. you know?
Yeah, we can do some trial and error. Just go down a path, and you know, I'm open to experimentation and playing around with some research development stuff.
Well, and maybe pop in some chat GBT too to help us along the way.
Absolutely. I definitely want to build that into my workflows. It's just such a incredible tool for sure.
Yeah. So in terms of, let's say where you're at, like if you were to choose one map right now to start, what map would you choose?
You know, I've done so much with the Enneagram, and I spent a lot of time researching the different facets, different personality types, and then kind of like referencing how you use spaces energetically. And you know, I've always been really drawn to that. And I suppose right now I'm coming at it from like relaunching. Like I want to come from a new foundational point. So I set up a foundation which I still like before, with like the map that's behind you, just the five spaces value map.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think I'd more you know, and I was using the maps kind of in I didn't have like a course. There wasn't like a layout, and I was like playing around with them, but I found that I couldn't really apply them, and they were great references for like keeping centered and like keeping a solid vision on what I wanted to create. But I didn't feel like I saw in the pages that you sent me recently, they had that kind of questionnaire that put 10 examples of that. Um, I'd like to work with something like that, that that had like almost like either projects, or like if you wanted to make, for instance, if you wanted to make a video series, and you had to pick 10 topics, right? Then you have like a blueprint there, or a learning plan to be able to um, create that. Like it's a guide now for your own creation. And I didn't feel I could apply like building off of or create nothing in the maps that how I was using them brought me to a place where they were calling me to interact with them further than setting up the intentions of what I was intending to create.
Mm, okay. Do you have do you have your five spaces map with you?
I just saw I had a photo of it. No, it's logged someplace, but I don't have it right now.
Okay. So
But
would
I
you,
think, yeah, starting it all kind of from scratch, really.
okay.
But I do, as much as like, yeah, just kind of like trying directions. I definitely feel like what I want to try with the new direction is something that has a more call to action, a more a something built in, so that you can utilize your intentions to create, whether it's content or be building some type of professional enterprise or personal expression, however it wants to be used. But
Okay.
account maybe, yeah, gamified, for instance, something like that. Yeah.
Um, have I ever talked to you about the Fractal 5 map?
I don't recall.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, down at 2.5 on the flow map is products, right? Just
Okay.
let me just do you want to, can you draw a flow wheel for me? Do you have it memorized?
I don't have writing implements with me at this moment. I can grab them if it's.
Yeah, I think
You want me to?
you're gonna need some paper and some writing implements.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna inflow matrix you, right? We're gonna start to build your inflow matrix system. And so
Okay.
the outer U map is this, and just below me here that you can't see, there's 2.5 product. So why don't you draw this map? Let me see if I can get a better one here. God, I would like to work with Zoom and nobody does file folders that well. They never put in enough file folders and different levels of it. Okay, here you go. So the map, this map here.
Yeah.
So I want you to draw that. And so, you know, there's 4 levels. There's the inner U, choice, outer U, flow, inner group synergy, outer group harmony. So we're starting at your outer U, the 9 map. So there's always an 8 and a 9 map.
Okay, so I'm drawing the one on the right.
Yeah. And so the word
Is
field.
that correct?
Yeah. Field, resources, jobs, activities, products, relationships, paths, strategies, agreements, and conversations. These are all structure words. So there's tons of different activities, there's tons of different relationships, there's tons of different resources. But these words organize all the content for whatever you want to design.
Jobs is at 3.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts through my personal missions and adventures is that 4 and 5 are interchangeable. I've had a lot of exciting use of that idea.
Well, there's a real relationship between 4 and 5 on the Enneagram, because that's the point where things either go or they don't go. And I think within here, 4 is like all the work you're doing, that's sort of non-creative logistical work. But then 5 is where all your real creative work is coming in. So these are, a lot of times, these are 2 different people, right? People that are very logistical can get a lot of shit done, but they're not that creative. And then people that are very creative who might not be good at the logistical stuff. So you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then part of the idea is that when you go at 2.5, you're going to go to a 5. Everything at 2.5 is broken down into 5. And so the idea of the fractal 5 is there's one major project or product at each of the 5 spaces. So that's a big sort of assumption. So for me, at the personal space, I have the inflow matrix. At the 101, the new paradigm toolkit. At the group space, school of conscious communication. At community space is planetary guardians. And then the sacred space is the very secret plan. And so the idea of the fractal 5 is if I go into new paradigm toolkit, is processes, maps, game boards, software, and card sets. So you just keep on breaking things down into 5 to, you can organize a lot of stuff that way, but it's sort of like
Is this in this way? Are you is the one-on-one space actually the card set, or is that also?
Well, it's a bit loose. It's a bit loose. It doesn't have to be exact. And you know, you might have 2 community space projects. Maybe just go, I don't want a group space project, and maybe it's 2 community space. The idea being that it's a good way to look, it's a good way to organize time. And it's a good way to look at, certain products are going to be just your creation, nobody else. Some products are going to be maybe you with somebody else. Some products are going to be with a team or a group, and some products are going to be like in the larger community, and some are going to be, you know, in the sacred space. And so if you use it as a template and you put your primary one in each one, then that becomes the way to focus your attention on what you want to create. So what I found is that the 5 communication spaces is like the model. It always goes everywhere. It's the thing that keeps the coherency. It's the thing that keeps that is the fundamental boundaries for, is this a community space product or is this my own personal product? There's a big difference, right, between it.
Right, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense.
So then the task I would give you right now, and again, this is going to then filter down to the actual activities or actions, steps that you want, is to choose 5 look at all the things you're creating and put one in each one. And that's your next task. I will give you as long as you need. Okay, so tell me what you got.
Personal space, music development projects, one-on-one space, film and video projects. So leaving a lot of space for creative interpretation project by project. Right. But yeah, music, film. For group space, there's a group called Apex Unit 79 in Calgary. That's a drum and bass club. And I want to start working with them in their like community infrastructure, and there's already in that community space.
Nice.
And Sacred Space is AI interface studies and application.
And community space?
Planetary Guardians.
Ah, interesting. See, and that's where the connection points happen. You disappeared?
Right. Yeah, one moment. Where is that? There we go. Okay.
So, you know, that's it, right? Like all of a sudden we're sharing that as a community space, and that's like, I think how.
Oh, you got that for that too.
What's that?
You got the same on community space. Cool.
Yeah. So that gives us a shared reference point, but it also gives us our own creativity, right? And then from this position, you can understand how to work with one another and how to work with other people, because everyone's going to have this is their main project product map, right? So as soon as someone can see it, they can go, oh, okay, that's what you're working on. And then it's up to you how far in do you want to go with them and showing what you're doing and what you're working on. So, okay, we'll start with this, and then we'll still do the 5 spaces map with that now, but now we have something specific, not something vague, right? So do you want to do a sort of a random values on each one, or would you like to choose a specific value for each one? Or do you want to maybe choose 5?
Oh, like divination versus just choosing. Yeah.
Or you could maybe like write down 10 values, turn them over, and then divine them. Or you could just go, I want this value here consciously.
Can you have them like there in front of you?
I
value cards.
Okay, dude. You want me to draw for you?
If you could, maybe like list them off like buzzwords.
Well, how about do you have the values? I can.
I don't have that chart, and I looked at your account. I looked at because I know you posted it before. I couldn't find it on in my search.
Okay. How about I could quickly send you, you want a copy of the digitals?
Sure, you wanted to send it on Messenger and I'll.
Well, it's probably too many on Messenger. I'll do a quick WeTransfer, okay?
Okay.
What was your email again?
Jordin, JORDIN.HDS.
At Gmail? Jordin.HDS
Yep.
at Gmail? Okay.
Yep. I say empowerment for planetary guardians.
What's that?
I'd say empowerment for planetary guardians.
Okay. Reason, resilience, rightness, acceptance, accountability, accuracy, achievement, adaptability.
Accountability, I'll do for group space.
Okay. Excuse me. Awareness, balance, beauty, braveness, brilliance, caring, chaos, charisma, clarity, cleanliness, commitment, compassion, complexity, concentration, conformity, consistency, cooperation, courage, detachment.
Consistency.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know. Never mind. Let's keep going.
that's a good one.
It is
Cooperation,
good.
courage, detachment, discovery, diversity, divinity, dullness, duty, eloquence.
Let's do diversity for personal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Divinity, dullness, duty, eloquence, enthusiasm, equanimity, excellence, expansion, faith, flexibility, focus, forgiveness, freedom, generosity, glamour, globalization, goodness, gratitude, habit, happiness, harmony, honesty, honor, hope, humility, humor, imagination, imitation, inclusion, independence, initiative, innovation, inspiration, integration, integrity, intelligence, intimacy, joy, justice, kindness, learning, leverage, life, love, loyalty, mercy, order, organization, passion, practicality, pressure, privacy, profit, prudence, purity, quality, quantity, relaxation.
Okay. I think eloquence for one-on-one space
Okay.
and consistency for sacred space.
Okay. Good ones. Okay. So accountability, group space, diversity, personal space, empowerment at community space, consistency at sacred space, and eloquence at one-on-one space. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so now the
Yep.
next thing to do is to create a primary one-year goal for each one of those. And I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Okay. What you got?
So sacred space, AI interface studies and application, consistency exercise, consistency in curation in social media. Curation is the keyword there, which is a new skill, between creation, remixing, and curation, right? Content management. Personal space, cultivate dedicated audience pools. Pretty straightforward. I don't have any type of like economic ambitions in that sense at the moment. I just want to be able to really find audiences that can vibe on the same wavelength of creative arts. One-on-one space, manage formatted channels and series. So having a several series that are stylized in a certain way, and be able to keep track and manage several like mini series, for instance. Group space, produce media professionally in tandem with live music events. And planetary guardians, shared missions and teams. That sounds amazing. The missions and roles can change drastically from campaign to campaign, but there's a group of people working together on a common goal, have a mission, whether it's make change or just spread awareness.
Can you sorry, this throat is just fucking irritating. Can you give me the AI one again?
Exercise consistency in curation of social media.
Okay.
Or curation of content in social media.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is really, so how do you like it?
Which part?
Like the whole thing, like this basic map we got here, like.
Good to flesh out the all the different facets of what you want to be creating. Good to be able to see it in front of you and build off that, right?
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's very simple, it's very direct, and it's a very nice combination, right? I mean, it's in some ways it's I wouldn't say basic, but I mean, like here's the music, here's the film, like these have always been your avenues, right? I mean, it's not like it's nothing new, but just to put it on paper and to see it in front, and then, as you say, to build upon it, I think it's an excellent map. It's a good start, right? So I sent you.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent you.
Fleshing out.
I sent you the Fractal 5. I sent you the flow map, and I sent you a 5 communication spaces. So if you wanna, do you want to make your own night? Like I would suggest, make a nice map of this. Hello?
Okay.
Make a nice map of it, print it, put it on a wall somewhere. And then
I don't think
what's that?
those images didn't come through on Messenger. Oh, no, they just arrived. Yeah. Just took a long time to load.
Okay, so you
Okay.
can
Got them.
play with them as you will. I sent you the values. You've got about 110 values now. And so that's it. This is the start. This is all we got to do. And is there anything you want to finish with or say before we go?
What should I have prepare before our next encounter?
Well, I would say do a fractal 5 of each one. So for music development, for each one of those, do another 5. Break it down into 5. And then have that ready for the next time we meet.
Okay, sounds good.
That sound good? Doable?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm cutting it a bit short just because, again, it's this throat thing is really bothering me. But we have completed it, and that's all we needed to do. And so without further ado, It was very good to see you. And I look forward to the
Good
next
to
step.
see you too. I hope your throat gets better. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so too. And if there's any questions or anything, we can still
Sorry to hear.
messenger. Feel free to communicate back and forth with questions and anything that you want to communicate with. This is an ongoing process. So I shall respond to your interest.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, I will keep you Wednesday again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See you for anyone watching. Thanks for watching, and God bless you.
I see you.